If you're tired of the same old news,
What more do you want?
I want the truth.
You're hearing it. Strap yourselves in, folks.
never fear.
What's the dealio?
Part of life is learning to let things go.
We've got news moms can use.
What was that name again? I missed that.
News moms can use.
Brought to you by Therapon Skin Health, helping moms have healthy, youthful-looking skin for 20 years.
Yes, this is news moms can use. And we here on the Channel Mom Show, we do pick our stories based on what we think moms want or need to hear. I'm fond of saying that a lot of news entities tend to want to sell you the soap in the commercials, but they don't care much about the content they're giving you, whether or not it's mom-focused or not. We do try to pick stories that we think moms are going to want to listen to. So first, miracle babies make wonderful stories, but this miracle baby is like nothing I've ever heard of. This story out of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Just minutes after giving birth to a 3-month premature baby girl, the baby's mother was handed a death certificate for her daughter. Hospital officials had declared the baby stillborn after the mom, whose name is Analia Boutier, received the death certificate. She claims her baby was quickly put into a coffin and taken away to the hospital's morgue refrigeration room. This mom says she had to insist on being allowed to go to the morgue to say goodbye to her baby. She even brought her sister's cell phone, this is so sad, in order to take a picture of her newborn for the funeral. Her husband struggled to open the lid and then stepped away to let his wife see their baby inside. 12 hours had passed before the couple was allowed to see their baby in the coffin. And that is when the miracle visited the morgue. The mom says that as she peered at her baby in the refrigerated coffin, her baby girl appeared to tremble. The mom admitted she thought it was just her imagination. Quote, I moved the coverings aside and saw the tiny hand with all 5 fingers, and I touched her hand and then uncovered her face, and I heard a tiny little cry. Ugh, I told myself I was imagining it and then stepped back and saw her waking up. This part, I don't know if I can get through without crying. She said it was as if she was saying, Mama, you came for me. Oh,
that is a miracle. I mean, think about how cold it is.
Yes. And then this precious mother realized that her little girl was alive. So she dropped to her knees on the morgue floor and began laughing and crying with her husband. Oh my gosh. A morgue worker quickly picked up the little girl and confirmed she was alive. That a relative grabbed the baby girl, running to the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit, shouting for the doctors. The baby was so cold, they said it was like carrying a bottle of ice. Analia Boutier had named her newborn baby girl after that, Luz Milagros, or Miracle Light. The tiny girl, born 3 months premature, was in critical but improving condition on Wednesday. Reportedly, 5 medical professionals involved have been suspended pending an official investigation. She did talk to Telenoticias, and anybody who knows Spanish is just going to be yelling at me for butchering the language today. That's a TV station down there. She did say, the mother, I'm a believer. All of this was a miracle from God, she told Telam, which is Argentina's state news agency. So, incredible. I mean, every mother, I have personally been through a miscarriage, and a lot of moms have been through some very tragic things with their babies. Any mother would give their right arm to have their child be actually alive when they were declared dead. Isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful. A strange story that they even took the baby away so quickly.
Yeah, I know. Very odd. Very odd. I don't get it. By the way, we're going to do something really quick here before we go to break. From that beautiful miracle to some harsh realities this morning, April happens to be the month of many difficult anniversaries. From the Oklahoma City bombing to the anniversary of the shootings at Columbine High School and the massacre at Virginia Tech. Wow. And April also happens to mark the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. April 15th, to be precise. We got a little music to go along with that, don't we, Dan?
Little Celine.
Little Celine. I like the woman, don't like the song, don't like the music. We do have Trisha Goyer with us today, who is an author. She's going to get about 1 minute before we have to go to break, and then we're going to talk to her again after the break. Trisha, you have just written a book to commemorate the sinking of the Titanic. Tell us quickly for the next 30 seconds what it's about.
By the Light of the Silvery Moon is about a young woman, Amelia, who offers a ticket to a homeless man that's getting dragged on board. And once he's on the ship, he realizes his wealthy father and brother on board. So it's like a prodigal son story set on the Titanic.
Awesome. And you did it purposely because the Titanic anniversary was coming up?
That's right. I knew it was coming, and I've always been fascinated by the Titanic, and I thought it'd be a perfect time.
Okay. It's called By the Light of the Silvery Moon, and when we come back from the break, we're going to let you give them one more tidbit about it and then how to get a hold of it. Okay, Trisha?
That sounds great.
Welcome back to the Channel Mom Show, where we are celebrating you moms. We really, really do celebrate motherhood. And we really want moms to feel lifted up, held up, encouraged. We want to inform you and equip you, and that's why we are here, isn't it, Shelley?
It is why we were here.
And I'm going to have to take off my Sherpa coat. Okay, just so
I took off a layer too, you know.
Yeah.
I'm down in my tank top here.
Well, you're not on camera, but I am taking off my Sherpa coat. My kids will be happy because they hate it. They think, as I said, that I'm way off fashion, like 2,000 years behind the times. Okay, we're going to bring back Tricia Goyer, and we have something exciting to tell you about in regard to her book. But Tricia Goyer is the author of a book called By the Light of the Silvery Moon, and she is commemorating the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic by writing this book. And she's a fun writer. She's got some really neat flair. She happens to be a mom, so I really appreciate the fact that she's writing in addition to being a mother. And I think you're going to like it. So, Tricia, what inspired you to do this? I know that you've written books about wartime before and some other historical subjects. So what inspired you to do this?
You know, I actually had an editor ask me if I'd be interested in writing a book on the Titanic, and I had been fascinated with it. When the movie first came out in '97, I went to the library and got books and found out all about the people that were on it and the ship itself. And then I've been thinking about an idea of the prodigal son story. I've been wanting to write a prodigal son novel set in contemporary times. And as I was praying about it one day, I thought, you know what, this would be a good match, the prodigal son story set on the Titanic. And once I got started, the characters just came to life, and I had so much fun interacting them with the real people on the ship.
Yeah, well, the prodigal son goes away and then comes back to his father. So I'm curious how you were able to work that into a boat where the son...
Right, well, yeah, very good. Well, Quentin has been away from his father for many years. And so he's been on the streets of London. He's lost all his money. He's homeless, living in poverty, and someone offers him a ticket onto the Titanic.
Oh.
And it's not until he gets on board that he sees that his father, his wealthy railroad tycoon's father and brother, are there.
Okay, before we let you go, a lot of moms out there have dreams of doing different things, and some of them may be budding authors. How do you mix the two? I know you're a mom, I believe, of 4. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm a mom of 4, and the youngest is 2 years old. So we're in very active parenting years. And really, if you have a dream, even 30 minutes a day following that dream, you know, get up early or during nap time or after dinner. I mean, just take time exploring your dream. If you add up 30 minutes all year long, you can really accomplish something. That's what I did just at the beginning. Just started writing when I had these little kids at home running around, and get books from the library on this subject. And you can be an expert in anything. And just know that God created us all for a purpose.
Yeah.
And that fulfills it. And it also shows our kids what it means, you know, to follow our dreams. And they will follow after us. And we're good role models when we do that.
Yeah, and we don't have to have guilt about it. I mean, granted, I'm not endorsing being away from your child within the house, 80 hours a week because you're pursuing your dream. But it is good for them to see mom in a different light and pursuing a purpose that God has given her. That's healthy for them, too. I agree with you. So God bless you for doing it.
Whether she succeeds or fails.
Yeah, true.
Right.
That's right. Sometimes
there's a
watching.
lot of lessons that
that's
they can
right.
learn.
That's right. When you fail and then get back up, that's a great thing for your kids to watch.